There's a lot going on here in Houston. Nick, what'd you make of Harden's comments?
Well, like you said, Jenna, there's a lot here. So I try to be very consistent with my takes, and yet I've yo-yoed a bit on Harden. I was very, very pro-Harden, defended him for years when I thought he was unfairly maligned for not being able to carry his team past an all-time great Warriors team. And then his nonsense this summer made me flip on it. But then the first 3 games of the year, he's 37 points, he's 11 assists, he's the best offensive player in the league. And I think I may have said if he wants to have a tequila IV drip, who cares as long as he's performing like that. Yeah. The problem is this. He ain't performing like that. And when over the last 5 games you're averaging 17 points on 38% from the floor, when you've now gone 4 games in a row without scoring more than 20 points, which had not happened since he was the 6th man of the year in Oklahoma City, and you're doing it while sporting a less than impressive dad bod and your team stinks, well, then it's a 5-alarm fire. And it is a 5-alarm fire that James Harden continues to pour kerosene on. And here, Brandon, for the athlete is, to me, the biggest issue. James Harden wants to leave. He wants to go to a championship caliber team. If you are considering trading for James Harden and you've watched him the last 2 weeks, there are only 2 possible conclusions you can come to. One is he is past his prime and all of a sudden no longer an MVP candidate caliber player. Or he's well, hold on, wait. That's your first option. Your second option is this. He's not trying his hardest. He doesn't care.
Mailing it in.
Yeah. He is mailing it in. And I think that might be a worse indictment as an athlete. Like, when you're out there, you're supposed to perform at your highest level. You're supposed to give your best effort. They're not sending you half checks. You're not supposed to give half effort. So if you're a contender, Brandon, I think you look at it and you say, door number 1 or door number 2 ain't great, but the worst door is the one the Rockets find themselves facing, which is, we're going to end up trading this guy for 60 cents on the dollar because he keeps depressing his own value.
Yeah, I like you said it was going to get ugly, and Houston said they're willing to get uncomfortable, and James Harden's like, you're going to get uncomfortable? Re-raise, because now I'm not trying. This is the old, you know what this is right here? This is the old, I'm not trying. And Nick, you talked about points. Look at the free throw attempts. He's not going to the basket, so that to me is the biggest indication of not playing aggressive. We know the guy loves going to the free throw line, loves it, talks trash to the crowd, does his little grab your arm move. So the fact that he's not going to the line is a problem. But Nick, Brandon's right. They're not good enough. And I've gone a whole 180 on this. James Harden told you to trade him, and you're like, nah, we're gonna get uncomfortable. We want to see what we can get. We want to get another pick out of the deal. Like, guys, I told you to trade me. Now it's on you. Because in the uncomfortable Olympics, I'm going to win the gold medal because you guys are just sitting there. So I think this gets worse and worse. Next up on the horizon, Nick, you know what? My ankle's a little sore. You know what? My abdomen.
That's right.
I might have an undiagnosable strain. Houston, the organization does not have the upper hand. Make the deal. Call Danny Ainge. Call Pat Riley, get it done for the sake of John Wall and Boogie Cousins, and just giving Raphael Stone and Silas a fresh start.
That's right.
Well, and Wilds, you're talking about injuries that, might not necessarily be actual injuries. I would imagine, and Brandon could speak to this better than me when we talk about it later, but I would imagine he's on the cusp of a major back issue, carrying around all that weight on the front side of his body he's not used to carrying. That can't be good for your upper dorsal and all that. I just imagine it's not good for him. Wilds, I'm going to tell you the name, though, that you didn't say. Here's who Raphael Stone needs to call. Worldwide Wes. R.J. Barrett.
Ooh,
Julius
let's
Randle,
go!
The Mavs
Let's
pick,
go!
2 Knicks picks. The Knicks will be in the playoffs.
Let's
Harden will be
go.
able to hang out at One Oak once the pandemic's over, maybe even before.
He wants to win a
everybody
championship.
wins.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.